Hello, welcome. I'm Margie Schoeneck-Nye, Dave and Therese Schoeneck's daughter. We are here celebrating Hope for Bereaved's 35 years of service to the community and also to honor my mom for all of the work that she has done. Thank you so much for joining us for this very special evening. August 21st, 1977 was the date that my sister Mary was killed in a car accident. It shook our family to the core and changed our lives forever. 15 months after the death of my sister, my mother had been struggling through her grief journey and had a meeting with 4 other sets of bereaved parents right before the holidays just to talk about how to handle the holidays and how to deal with everyday things that were coming up. And one of the men said, "This was so helpful, do you think we could do this again?" And then Hope for Bereaved started. It was very important to my mother that something positive come from the death of my sister.
The early years after Mary died, I was very young. I was the youngest. I think I was 9 when she died. The main thing I remember is I remember going to counseling as a family. Many families are separated by these events. Ours grew closer, and a lot of that was because of Mom and Dad's lead, and those are the main things. I know that it was an adjustment. I was very young. I know my siblings went through different things, as did Mom, which obviously led to the foundation of Hope.
I remember clearly going for a walk after the news was given to us that Mary was killed in the car accident, and I had, at that ripe old age of 16, 17 years old, I had some issues that I was dealing with in my life, and everything felt like the world was just kind of coming down on me. I remember being very mad at God. I remember going for a walk and here on Atisco Lake and walking out to the end of a particular point area and yelling and screaming at him. You know, I'm sure people, if they saw that early on, whatever morning that was, a Sunday morning, probably thought I was crazy, but so I remember being very mad, very confused, very hurt, numb.
After Mary died, the whole family was devastated, needless to say, and it changed basically how we thought about things, I guess, you know, how we perceived what was important and what wasn't important. Life is precious, and you got to take one day at a time and enjoy the people that are in your life and that love you, and let them know that you love them, and don't be shy about telling them.
I think Mom encouraged us to talk with each other. She was there constantly, and I think she largely led by example to make sure that she was going out making something positive. And I remember, I don't know if I remember this in my head or she said it once, but there's something positive was going to come from Mary's death, and that was hope, and it continues to be hope.
Mom helping me in my grief journey, again, I think my other brother had said it was by example. You know, learning who to turn to, when to turn to them, not to overload people.
There was this feeling or this sense of how could life go on like we knew it, but Mom and Dad arranged for it to go on like we knew it, to the best of their ability.
I remember when we were having a mass. It was like, I think it was the day after Mary died. It was like, we were on the front lawn. Charlie Major was saying mass, and we were all devastated. And who comes walking down our driveway but Mike Curtis, who was driving the car. He was the drunk driver. And as he walked down the lawn, everyone didn't know what to do. Mom stands up and walks halfway up the driveway and meets him, and she hugs him. And that, to me, was huge, because it showed that forgiveness is very important in life. And if you let anger and resentment, you know, eat you up, it will.
You felt like a bit of a lone or a bit of an outsider, because they couldn't possibly know what I just went through or what my family just went through. When you meet somebody or you find somebody that has gone through something like that, there's almost an immediate connection, and you are willing to talk and say things to each other that somebody else wouldn't, because they don't want to hurt your feelings, they don't know what to say. And so I feel a lot of hope is, that's what hope is about.
And it was one meeting. She realized that everybody in the meeting were already grouping together in their own smaller meetings, realizing that the young widowers were sitting together. If there were children that were killed in accidents, their parents were sitting together. So she realized early on that she needed to do more than one group. Everybody was grieving differently, their needs were different, and so they separated out. It became bigger than where she started, and they purchased the building, and Hope has grown and it has helped so many people in our county, our state, our country, internationally.
I came to Hope for Bereaved 33 years ago after the suicide of my son. And I sat in the group and thought, oh, I'm the only one here with a suicide. I talked to Therese Schoeneck, and after a few months went by, we decided to form the suicide group.
Sharon Rusa, and I've been coming to Hope for about 34 years. I came after my 18-year-old daughter was killed in a drunk driving accident. And one of the first people I met when I came to Hope was Therese Schoeneck, and she was the group leader. And it helped so much to just be with people that understood what I was going through. And then I stayed and went to school to give back some of what I received.
And Hope gives people the chance to give back. And for somebody newly bereaved walking in and realizing that they're numb and they look at somebody else who is longer bereaved to say, oh my goodness, that person looks like they're happy. They look like they're together. They look like, you know, that they've gone on. And if there's hope for her, if she did it, then maybe I can do it.
You think about the people that not only Mom, but all the volunteers have helped and who they've touched their lives. And we all know from experience about the pain and the hurts, and we didn't have any place to go at that point in time. To think that there's this place for people to go and find other people that have experienced similar tragedies and find comfort in that, and that Mom and Hope and all the volunteers are responsible for that, it means the world to me.
I think that Hope has done unbelievable things for so many people, and it's touched lives that we don't even know that it's touched over the years. So to me, it's a calling. It's something that Mom was meant to do. And I say Mom, but Mom doesn't do what she does without Dad. You know, that's a fact, because the two of them have fought tirelessly to keep Hope alive. And I'm incredibly blessed to be part of this family that's done, you know, wonderful things. So
I think very, very important to a lot of people is that they realize that Mom is not just the person that sells raffle tickets up and down the road and wherever she happens to meet you in town. There's a lot of other aspects to her, what she's done and what she continues to do throughout the community.
She is a cross between a pit bull and a teddy bear. One of the sweetest women. I mean, obviously she's my mom, but one of the sweetest women, most genuine, down to earth, tenacious, tactful, sets her sights on something and next to nothing is going to stop her, but just genuinely sweet, nice, compassionate, kind. And I saw all those traits in her mom. So the apple didn't fall far from the tree at all.
she's the best. I mean, that's all there is to it. She's as good as it gets. Yeah, she's just an amazing woman, and I'm blessed to be her son.
But I think very importantly, Mom she is one of the most driven people I've ever met. The ups and downs and being a nonprofit with no funding out there, the constant struggles that they go through, but she powers through it every time.
And Therese is a wonderful model, a wonderful example as a leader, as a friend, as a listener. She's a wonderful lady.
We have educated so many people on grief, and we've tried to be there for so many people over the years. And it's all because of Therese Schoeneck.
The world needs to know that there is no one like my mom. The mold was broken. She is the most amazing woman, and I love her.
Peaceful, gentle.
A visionary and a patient person.
Sweet and determined.
Gracious and devoted.
Incredible and empowered.
Caring and compassionate.
And relentless.
Compassionate and devoted.
Dedicated. Friend.
Compassionate and amazing.
Special lady.
Courageous advocate.
Determination.
Persistent and determined.
Hopeful and reassuring. Kind and compassionate.